everyone, welcome. We do need to turn down the crazy piano music I've got at the moment. It's very loud. There we go. How are we all doing on our, what is it, Tuesday? It's Tuesday today, right? Welcome to the stream, everyone. It's been an interesting week. Wow. I gotta get the pop-out chat. We gotta get that dank pop-out chat going. Let's get the pop-out chat. Pop-out chat. Boo. Hope you guys like the thumbnail. There we go. The interesting thing about the pop-up chat is I can't make the text bigger. Toggle timestamps. It's really annoying. They need to fix that feature. How did you get clearance from your COC to make videos? Under strict conditions, honestly. I had to make sure that my videos are approved. Not all of my videos do I put through my chain of command. I've been told, obviously, to keep in my lane and to make sure that I'm not doing anything drastically terrible. But for the most part, anything to do with the calf is approved via my chain of command. It has to be. So, yeah, that's kind of where the content goes. I'm sorry, I have to change this song. Oh my god. It's depressing me really, really bad. We're just going to play random songs and see what comes up. We're going to do this. We're going to go like this. Anyway, background music. I can't deal with just silence. It's just the worst. Let's do this. Play. Let's see what happens here. I'll see how this goes, I guess. Okay. Pop-out chat. Perfect. Can you turn up the mic volume? Yes, sorry, that is because my... There, that should be a lot better. Get better there? Should be able to hear me a lot better now. The big one. You say that every single time I'm on the stream. You the best soldier, Matt? I'm clearly not the best soldier, but I appreciate you. This song is better. We're going to do a different song again. Like, I have real problems right now with music. Matt is not a doctor, you'd have to speak to a recruit about such things. Yes, is someone asking a medical question? Can you join the army with hydrocephalus? I have no idea what that is. And B, I don't comment on anything to do with medical. One, because I don't want to set up myself up or yourself up for disaster, giving me the wrong information or the right information that could be still potentially wrong. So, yeah. Epic training montage of Matt running through an OBS course. Yeah, not going to happen, unfortunately. Hey, Maldus, thank you so much for the super chats. Do you have modern Command Operations Sun for Steam? If not, how do I PM you a gift code? I'm not sure if I have it. I can check. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Maldus, for the super chats there. Very, very kind of you for the $5. I've heard a lot of good things about that game, but I've also heard that it is an absolute beast for data and like math and tactics, etc. So I'm definitely into it. I think it's just one of those games I need to sit down and learn more. Do you think we'll ever have tanks and artillery on the moon? Of course, they're already there, man. We already have tanks on the moon. Hey, Maximus, this is Davis from the 2nd Marine Amphibious Assault Battalion. Can you review the Marines' Combat Armored Patrol Vehicle, ACV? What the hell is the ACV? I have no idea what that is, honestly, my friend. First of all, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. Semper Fi. I don't know what that is, so if you can share with me what that is. I've done a video on the AAV, but not the ACV. I don't know what that is. When will the C7A3 and the C8A4 roll out, and what will be the difference from the original? Very good question. I honestly have no idea. I haven't heard anything about the C7A3 or even it being an option. So yeah, but I don't know. Steel Beasts. No Steel Beasts today, unfortunately, guys. No Steel Beasts. Why did I stop Steel Beasts? I stopped playing Steel Beasts for a few reasons. First reason is I got pretty much shunned by the entire Steel Beast Pro community because I did a live stream of an update they made for the game. And they weren't too impressed in the way in which I wasn't prepared for it and I didn't showcase it enough. May I add that I have promoted that game since the dawn of my channel in 2015 for close to 4 years. 4 years I promoted that game. If you type in Steel Beast Pro on YouTube right now, you're guaranteed to find one of my videos. And the one time I make a video or a live stream that somehow diminishes all of that showcasing, the community went nuts. They went absolutely ballistic. And I said, you know what? Like, I was just totally blown apart by it because the community for Steel Beast Pro are actually a really nice bunch. Really nice. One of the greatest military gaming communities out there. And when they threw me under the bus like that, I was going into their forums and they're like, who's this guy? Like, he's ridiculous. I can't believe he did this to our game. I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me right now. Like, of all the things I've done to promote and sell this game, do you know how many people have instant messaged me in my time of being on YouTube and asked me where do I buy Steel Beast Pro? Probably close to like 200 to 300 people. And I'm not even kidding you. The game is $110 a pop. Do the math. And I have got nothing from Steel Beast Pro. Hey Josh, thank you so much for the super chats there. What is Fire Discipline? Oh my god, I'm getting tested on my Fire Discipline for the artillery whilst on a live stream. Fire Discipline is the language of fire control. It consists of words, phrases, rules, and conventions which have specific meanings and which result in some definite action at the guns. Are you happy now? So anyway, I got really burnt by the community and I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do my own thing. And ever since then, I just had enough. Second reason I don't play Steel Beast Pro is I'm sick of spending money to upgrade a game where someone buys the game brand new and it's free. It's free updates. So I probably spent like $400 or $500 on a game and someone buys it brand new and they spend the original price. That's baffling to me. Because unlike things like War Thunder where you pay to get a feature and you keep it, as opposed to someone who's new who doesn't, you don't get that with Steel Beast Pro. So you're just paying for something that you've been playing as a dedicated member of the community for a long time, and every time an update comes out, you pay more. But someone who's brand new and buys the game pays the one-time fee, and it's already updated. That was really frustrating me. So that's reason 2. Reason 3, playing on my own got really old. Hey, thank you so much, Dan Hillman, for the super chat. $5 there, very kind of you. I love your avatar, by the way, it's pretty unique. Salut from Old Vulcan. M16A1, good channel. Oh, that's cool, man. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chats. Yeah, so that was the final reason, is I couldn't find anyone to play. No one wanted to play. And those who did want to play played in time zones that I couldn't play with them on. So I was just like, this is pointless. Like, I'm playing the game on my own. And it was fun, but it got old. It got old real fast. And I'd been playing the game on my own for like mostly 4 years. And I just kind of had enough. So, yeah. So, maybe I'll get back in Steel Beast Pro eventually. Maybe not. I don't know. So, hey, Roman B, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. By the way, I love your pink guy avatar. That guy was a legend. The songs that he's made, just a pure morale. What is the origins of the photo in the thumbnail of this live stream? You should also check out Squad. It's super realistic, no microtransactions. Roman B, I have played Squad heavily on my channel. It's my favorite video game right now. I was tempted to live stream Squad tonight, but I turned it down just due to the fact I just want to talk to you guys and have a chat. But I do have a lot of footage on my channel of Squad, so if you want to go check that out, you can. The origins of the thumbnail photo is me in Afghanistan. That duck is a hunting duck that I got in Canada. We used it as a mascot whilst being on the prairies doing training. And hey, thank you Jacob for the super chat, $2 there. Hey Matt, how close is Wargame Red Dragon to real life? I'll get back to your question. I'm just going to finish off Roman's question. So yeah, I was in Afghanistan. We took the mascot from Canada with us to Afghanistan, and I was super bored in the Sangha one time, and we got the duck out, and we were just kind of goofing around with it, and I thought, oh my god, this thing fits perfectly onto an L85A2 bayonet, and I just slid the bayonet with the frog over the top of the dock there, and it just worked perfectly. So Jacob Collins, once again, thank you for the $2 super chats. Very, very kind of you. Hey Matt, how close is Wargame Red Dragon to real life? Honestly, I'm not a brigade commander that's in charge of divisions of troops and tanks. But in terms of the vehicles and the way in which the tactics the game bases around, I wouldn't say it's realistic, but I would say it's applicable, right? Like when you're playing with infantry and you're playing with the tanks, you can structure your movement and your tactics around what you would do in a strategic sense playing with vehicles and troops. So it's a really cool tool. I need to skip this song. I'm not in a techno rave right now. Holy crud. So yeah, it does have some realistic adaptabilities, but overall, I love Wargame Red Dragon. One of my big favorite games for sure. How many push-ups can you do? Oh my god, not enough. My days of push-ups have gone. I've lost a lot of... I'm not fit anymore, guys. I'm going to be totally honest with you, and it's absolutely all my fault. I have no excuses. I have no... What's the word? I have no excuses. I'm going to tell you damn outright that I've let myself go 100%. I'm not ashamed of that. I have a different life now than I used to. I'm not doing PT every day. Not that I shouldn't be. I have a career that's very domicile. Like, I sit at a desk most of my day on a computer. Not what I'm used to doing. And my body is changing. I'm getting older. These are all excuses, but technically they're reasons. I do need to get back into shape, though. I need to get fitter. Yeah, I have no excuse, honestly. But in terms of push-ups, I could probably push out 50 pretty good. That wouldn't be too difficult for me. You're not a fatty boom boom, Matt. You're the best. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I wouldn't say I'm the best, though. Maximus, are you involved in any Canadian Black Project involvement for national security breach investigations are painful? Please self-incriminate for cross-dressing with drama building. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey Matt, do you do more videos with the Australian Defence Force, for example? Do one on the Hawkeye protected military? Yeah, so I've started doing some sort of different countries now. A lot of people have been asking me to do videos on Chinese military equipment. It's not something that I would say, comfortable with doing, just because it's risky, especially with my career. But I will do more equipment reviews on things like Australian equipment for sure. Video recommendation: Reg Force infantry roles such as Grenadier with an M203 grenade launcher. I mean, I'm not an infantryman, so for me it's it's not the best subject for me to show on. Alejandro, show your puppy. I just did show my puppy this evening. I put him on my YouTube stories there. He was enjoying a little bit of leftover sausage from supper, so that was his Christmas treat for today. Is the reserve still recruiting during COVID-19? Yes, I believe they are. I don't know the technicalities, but just apply. Don't let the COVID deter you. Just apply. Let's do it. When do you think Canada will go to outer space? We've already been to outer space, FYI. Have you got a license for that moose head? Hey Matt, are those shells in the corner room duds or lives? Well, they're certainly not lives. This is a simulated 3D printed 105mm round, so it's not real. It does have a removable fuse though, and I can actually put alcohol in this thing if I wanted to. It makes a fantastic drinking mug. So there it is. No, it's not real. The brass casing is, however, real. The brass casing is from a 105mm gun. So this fits perfectly inside of it because it's a replica of the HE. This, however, is a knitted 105mm round, which is freaking awesome. And the casing as well. By the way, if you're wanting to get one of these, PM me, I might be able to hook you up. It was a good friend of mine at the unit. She does some fantastic knitting work. I'm very, very happy for her to do that. She did a great job. So, what's the best kind of car to get loads of babes? I bet it's the Hummer or something. To get loads of babes? Dude, you're asking the wrong guy for that. You are asking the wrong guy. Greg, okay, I'm mid BMOQ now. Reserves are recruiting and actively training. Exactly. Greg, good luck with BMOQ, buddy. I'm sure you'll do fine. Fill it with beer and have a toast on Christmas Eve. I may do that, Stonehenge. I may do that. Oh god, dude, it's not a Hummer. Yes, I certainly wouldn't be putting Hummer up there as my vehicle of choice. Hey, do you guys want to know something really funny? So, I don't know if you know what it is, but there's a site in Canada called GC Surplus. It's a surplus site from the government. It's a bidding site. And I would safely say I'm probably going through somewhat of a midlife crisis because I decided to consider purchasing a Land Rover Defender Wolf. In fact, I might show you guys. So the Land Rover Defender, in fact, screw it, I'm going to show you guys. Just give me a second here. I'm going to put it up on screen and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So let's just do this. I got to figure out how to do this. Give me a second here, guys. Display capture on. Do this. Go like this. Okay, I gotta find it first. GC Surplus. Shop now, GC Surplus. I don't know if they'll have it, but we'll have a look. Never. What, Land Rover Defender? No, I want one though. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if it's still there. I think they... See, here's the backstory to this. I bid on one. It's in Suffield. I bid on a Land Rover Defender. And it sold. And I got overbid. And I was like, okay, whatever, I got overbid. Not a big deal. I'm like, whatever. And the person who was going to bid it, they somehow didn't give them the money or just got... Something went wrong. And they emailed me today and said, hey, do you want to buy this vehicle? I'm like, I don't know. So now I have 24 hours to respond because technically I am the next in line for the next bid because they fell through. So I don't know what to do. I would like to. Let me show you what the vehicle looks like. I gotta find it now. Images. GC Surplus. They're not going to have it on here, obviously, because the images got taken down. But it was good. It was a nice vehicle. So anyway, this is what it would look like. If you've never seen what a Land Rover Defender looks like. It will look like that. That's what it will look like, but a little bit bigger. And in a lot worse of a shape. Now, strangely enough, they're actually... they're pretty expensive here. But I've been really, really tempted to do it. I don't know why, but I have been very, very tempted to buy one. So, a lot of people are like, don't buy it, Matt. It's overly priced. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I know it's overly priced. It's ridiculously priced. But I've always said I just want one, so it would not be suitable for the family, no. It's not practical to buy it. A lot of people say don't buy it. Yo, me and my friends are on War Thunder playing Soviet. Want to join up? No, sorry, I don't want to play War Thunder right now. Way too loud. Okay, please tell us it didn't cost as much as the Striker. No, the Striker, that's sold, by the way. My CVRT dream is faltered. The money's going to still hold there that I have in my CVRT crowdfunding, but I will be probably committing to a new CVRT in the future. Just got to find out when one actually comes up for sale again, but don't buy the Land Rover. Everyone's like, don't buy the Land Rover. Why do you guys think I shouldn't buy the Land Rover? Please, tell me. Do Do you like Conan the Barbarian? I bet he's the hardest soldier. Why is Conan the Barbarian the hardest soldier? I think he's a bit of a lightweight in the soldier world. Whoever watched the movie Soldier, by the way, it's a fantastic movie. If you haven't watched it, it's absolutely fantastic. Save money for the CVRT. Look, dude, there's no CVRTs for sale. There's no, well, in Canada. And to get the CVRT imported into Canada, nightmare. A lot of problems. And it doesn't have any depreciating asset expensive maintenance. Yes, I agree. Buy a normal Land Rover instead of a surplus one. I know, but you can't find them. You can't find them. Like, I don't want a normal Land Rover because that's not the same. Hey, I'm joining the Canadian Forces Reserves as HRA, and I was wondering what was your thoughts about the job and what to look up. What the heck is HRA? Can I ask? Sorry, I've no offense. I don't know what HRA is. Is that like human resources? I don't know. Hey man, if you had to join overseas military that you haven't previously served, also excluding the US, what would it be? Probably Australia. I'd like to get some heat on me. Let's get some heat. Land Rover is British. Be patriotic. Yes, that's very true. If you can get your hands on a local military vehicle, buy it. Human resources. Ah, it's human resources. What did I miss? You didn't miss anything really, Harold. Have you been out to check the Aurora Borealis? No, I have not. Every time someone says Aurora Borealis, I just think of smoked hams from The Simpsons with what's his face? What's it? Principal Skinner. Get a Prius, man. It's basically a Defender. Oof, John, you savage. You absolute savage. I will certainly not be getting a Prius, I can tell you that much. How's the weather in Alberta? It's not too bad, honestly. It's like, it was +2 out today. It's beautiful. It is getting colder, though. It is getting slightly cold. We'll get there. We'll get there. Localized entirely in your kitchen, yes. Aurora Borealis. Located entirely in your kitchen. Yes. Can I take a look? No. Were you a huge fan of Michael Jackson as you were a kid? What a question. No, I was not a fan of Michael Jackson as a kid. Because as a kid, no. No. Superintendent Chalmers. Yeah, that's the one. It's my favorite, one of my favorite Simpsons scenes. Superintendent Chalmers. Want to play Battlefield 3? No thank you, Twisted Jarhead. I appreciate it though. What about your armoured vehicle? Yes, I would love to buy an armoured fighting vehicle, but there's none for sale. Now, there is a gentleman in BC. He has one for sale, but it's because of COVID, it's very challenging to try and get that vehicle. So, I'm working on it. So, are you still looking at getting an armoured vehicle? Panzerwaffe, yes I am. As I said, I am trying to get one. I would like to get one, but getting the one that I want is a challenge because there's none for sale in Canada right now. People have them, but there's none for sale. So to get one, I either have to import it from the UK or import it from the United States. And to do that, you need to have a controlled goods license, which I don't have. And that takes a lot of time and effort and all sorts of stuff going on. It's not as easy as you think. So just buying a vehicle like that in Canada, it's not easy. And it would have very little practical use because the more and more I hear, you can't use these vehicles on the roads and stuff, which sucks. I would love to drive this damn thing to work. It'd be incredible. But they basically said no. Oh, I have to hide my screen share. I don't know why I didn't do that. Sorry, guys. There we go. Strange. How about you buy a bunch of smoked hams? Sure, I'll buy the smoked hams. Yeah, Maximus, what do you think about the news about the British war crimes in Afghanistan? What are your experiences? What do you mean, what are my experiences? Are you just accusing me of war crimes? Why would you ask such a ridiculous question? And why would I reference war crimes of Afghanistan on my channel? Come on, man. Buy a G-Wagon, they're starting to sell them off. No, I don't want a G-Wagon. Sorry. Ain't for me. So we can talk about AT rocket launchers mounted on donkeys again. Yes, I remember that day. Just to legally buy one from China and have them smuggle it in. It's funny. Have I seen my battle buddies do anything? Again, a ridiculous question. What are you talking about? Are you trying to make me, incriminate some situations that don't exist? I haven't witnessed any war crimes, if that's what you're asking. so ridiculous. In your opinion, what makes a quality military officer? Greg, good question. Very good question. I guess it kind of bases upon my leadership philosophy. My leadership philosophy is trust, inspire those who follow. So inspiration, trust, selfless commitment, fair, firm, and friendly attitude. Right. So be fair to your troops. Sometimes you have to be firm, but be friendly too. If you're an asshole and people don't want to talk to you, it's not going to be a good time. So, yeah. Hello, Jans Lucas. Hey, Khalif Jones, thank you so much for the super chat. $10. $10, bro. Keep your money, boys and girls. Keep your money. Thank you, though. It's very kind of you to send the $10 there. Thoughts on the US military converting 6.8mm ammo for next generation rifles? A lot of people have asked me to comment on this. It's a big round. I know 5.56 has been the kind of standardized and 7.62 has been the standardized. I don't have a problem with it, honestly. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but it's heavier and you can't carry as much. There's technologies coming out now where equipment that used to be super, super heavy is being reduced in its weight, whether it be tactical vests, armor, helmets, boots, everything is being reduced in weight ridiculously due to new materials and fibers. So what they're going to add in weight on ammunition, say, will be reduced in other areas of equipment. Now, that's very, very broad, but I do feel like that a bigger round is needed. You look at some of these videos of people reviewing like the Russian steel plate helmet and all those sort of heavy-duty armor packages. 7.62, even AP and 5.56 AP is having problems. Now, I'm not saying 6.8mm is going to be the be-all and end-all of ammunition for the future, but I do feel like it's a start. So look at my hair, guys. What's going on? What's going on? I'm taking notes. Yeah, Greg, honestly, the officers that I follow and aspire to follow are those who have total and utter trust in their troops and those who empower their troops to do what they want them to do. They don't tell them what to do, they empower them to do it. They give them the opportunity to do it and say, you know what? Like, here's what I need you to do. I'm going to inspire you and give you enough confidence in me as a leader to make you want to do it. Not tell you to do it, make you want to do it and understand why you're doing it. Because that's the number one thing in leadership. You have to understand the why. Why am I doing this? Why am I about to take this bridge? Why am I about to mine clear this road? Why am I about to repair this vehicle that's blown up? Blah, blah, blah. You got to understand these things, because if you're just going through the motions and you're a leader that makes people go through the motions, you're not going to get much results out of your troops. You have to inspire them, you have to empower them, you have to motivate them, and that comes from pure sacrifice as a leader. As a leader, you sacrifice so much, personally, professionally, career-wise. You sacrifice everything for the needs of the people that you lead, and you should be. And if you're not, then you need to question your leadership philosophy and style. That's my style. Is I sacrifice things that mean a lot to me to help those who or support those who I lead. For instance, in the military, thank you, Red Ranger. I had troops going on a basic training course, and they were a little nervous. Some younger guys. I said, you know what? Okay, let's take some time this week. We'll take a night. Come over to my place, we'll open the garage or the garage, and we'll put our masks on, so we have to do the social distancing thing. And I said, bring your kit, bring your equipment, we're going to go over it together. Like piece by piece, we're going to go over what it is, how it works, how you put it together, link it all up, and make sure you're comfortable with it. At least that little tiny thing is one less thing they have to worry about going on course. And they loved it. Like, they were like, thank you so much for doing that, because it allowed them to focus on other things. They didn't need to worry about whether their equipment was good or not, whether this strap was tight enough, or whether this ruck was positioned correctly. And they absolutely loved it. And that took time out of my day. I wasn't getting paid for that. And not that I ever care about pay for that kind of thing. It's a passion for me. It's not a hobby. It's, helping and leading others is a freaking huge thing for me. Like, it's like a life goal. And I actually really would love to train people in the future. But I had to sacrifice my evenings for that. That's my own time, and time is really precious to me. So, and I didn't mind. It's not that I'm like trying to say, I didn't want to help these people. But I felt like supporting those soldiers in that moment before they went into one of the most challenging things they've ever done in their lives, some of them going onto a basic training course, that's like soul food for me. Like, I felt so good knowing that troops had just a little ounce of, you know, less things to worry about. Like, their equipment was good to go. Like, all their rocks were good to go. We went over some other stuff. Like, we did some simple drills. I have my C7 rifle, and I'm PLQ trained, so I was able to go over some of the weapons handling drills with my own civilian C7 rifle. Ad hoc, not actually, you know, under training conditions, but we just reviewed some things and just went over some stuff, and they really enjoyed it. Like, they really just thanked me for just, and I didn't want thanks. Like, to me, I'll do it free of charge. I don't need help. I don't need, you know, thanks. It's just, to me, that's what makes me feel good as a leader. That's the leadership style I set myself to. Sacrifice everything for the needs of those who you lead, because people are not numbers, they're not service numbers, they're not recruits, they're people, they're human beings, and human beings like to know what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what happens when they get to the goal that you've asked them to do. Simple as orders, right? Key tasks, what they're doing, mission, why, and end state. This is what you need to do to get there. And if you're giving them those things, they're just, boom, they're good to go, right? And inspiration under that way is the best way to go. So, yeah. Honestly, that's how I lead, and that's how I follow leaders. You know, I follow leadership and empower me to do the job. They don't tell me to do the job. They inspire enough confidence and trust in me, and allow me to make mistakes, you know? Like, they allow me to try something new, to go at it myself. And if I don't hit the mark, that's on me. It's not on them. That's called extreme ownership. And I know someone in the chat just mentioned, you know, do I follow Jocko? Do I follow Jocko? Yes, I do. I've read his book, Extreme Ownership. I would strongly encourage you all to go check out that book. It is really, really, really good. Go check it out. Because I speak to that, right? I mean, in my civilian career, I've used that book heavily. More than beyond the military, for sure. Are you allowed to grow a sweet beard in the army? In the Canadian Army, yes, we are allowed to. Spoken like a true Canadian. Thank you, Matt. You inspire me with your videos. Anytime, Greg. Anytime. I hope you do great on your course. I'm sure you will. Are you a huge fan of DJ Khaled? DJ Khaled! I'm not a huge fan. Back in like 2007, 2008 may have been, but not anymore. Come on, Matt. I know you have some creepy stories when you were deployed. Share some, please. Okay, I'll show you one. So I was on Sanger duty in Afghanistan. A Sanger is like a large Overwatch tower. And I was only on it for a couple of weeks there, because once we got to Camp Bastion, which was the main hub of British forces at the time, we got issued out to the various forward operating bases. Anyway, I was on Sanger duty one night, and me and my good friend, you know, doing Overwatch, checking out. It's a pretty high building. And my buddy went to the toilet, goes down the stairs, or the ladders, gets outside, and I'm still on the top doing Overwatch. All of a sudden, I'm hearing him like, hey, Matt. I'm like, what? It's pitch black, by the way. I've only got my night vision, and he's like, watch this. I'm like, well, what are you doing? So he gets his flashlight and shines it on the floor in the middle of the sort of tank park, or the empty area that we park our vehicles to get into the Sanger. Yeah, it's like sentry duty. And he put his flashlight on, and it was pitch black out there. It's the middle of the desert, right? And there's just a light on the middle of the floor. I'm like, hey, what's the problem? He's like, just give me a sec, just wait. I'm like, okay. He's like, watch the light. And as I was watching the light, you just see this, like... And then another one would come in. And you'd be like, oh my god. And it was like an orgy of spiders. It was... If you don't like spiders, it would probably... I mean, I was like 25 feet in the air, so I'm nowhere near them. But it was terrifying. I'm not a massive spiders fan. But when I see, like... And there was probably... maybe 12, 13 of these spiders. And the spiders were camel spiders. If you know what a camel spider is, they're the flesh-eating spider. They're beefy, they're big, and they're gross. They run very, very quickly... And they, for some reason, are obsessed with flashlights in the middle of the desert. So wherever he shone the light, and he'd just trace it on the floor, like this. And the spiders would follow it. It was like, that's nasty. That is nasty. And he's like, dude, I don't want to go to the washroom. because the porta john or the porta toilet is just outside, and he's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, we're gonna have to go because he needed a number 2, right? So I was like, well, good luck, man. You're gonna have a horde of camel spiders attacking you in the next 10 minutes. But yeah, it was so funny. And then we just play games with them, right? I mean, one of us was always watching because our job was to look out, not just to, play with camel spiders. But it was fun. Just tinkering with the camel spiders is a lot of fun. Can I use steroids in the army to get big muscles? I don't know how steroids work in the military. I've never touched steroids. I think it's ridiculous. And there's many more natural ways of getting fit than it is to have steroids. And Ricky also remembers camel spiders. Yeah, they're gross, man. They were just nasty. Nasty, nasty. Oh, Riley, you muppet. If you're still on the stream, I'm going to beat you, boy. A friend of mine in the Canadian Army who was on course with me on course says, I'm swole. Apparently I am fit, so I don't know about that. Have you signed up for Vector COVID Operation Phase 2? I'm on 30-day notice to deploy. Ken, please zip it right now. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Ken, stop what you're saying. That's all I'm going to say. Can you shoot or kill camel spiders in the base? No, Michael. No, you cannot. I'm from Indonesia, and thanks for covering Indonesia, Turkey, medium, modern tank. By the way, do you plan on covering my amphibious tank? My nation is an island nation, love amphibious tanks. Still use the PT-76. Yeah, the PT-76 is pretty freaking badass. I can definitely do some more videos of Turkey. Kill them with fire, obviously. Yeah, having camel spiders whilst at the washroom would not be fun. Have I ever used a 40mm underslung grenade launcher 203? Quinn, yes I have. I've used it in the British Army. Familiarization, mainly. I haven't used it in combat or anything like that, so. But I have used them. They're a lot of fun. I heard camel spiders can damage bullets just by sensing the pressure from it. Is that true? Can damage bullets? Can be damaged by... I don't know what that means. Sorry. Was stuck in Jakarta. I can't say that most of the time. I don't know what that is, Jigs. Explain to me what that base is. I'm presuming that's a base or a location in Iraq. I don't know what that is. It's just sick. Listen to this rip. Damn, son. Listen to this. I'm going to play this one again. It's freaking beautiful. bad rep. I love it. Let's turn it back down. That was fun. I knew he said back. I like Sabaton. I'm a big Sabaton. Okay then. Hey, come on, guys. Come on. Go have some fun with it. He doesn't give a shit. It's very true. Hello, folks. Those who have just joined the stream, welcome, welcome. Oh. Hello, Zust Duron. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Tanks in Vietnam use them, the FBA use them too. Very true. Payday put him in a good mood. Is it payday today? It's not payday for me. Capital of Indonesia. Oh, okay. I got you. How long have you been serving the reserves? This will be year 3 of serving with the reserves. 3 years. Interestingly enough, if I combine my British Army career with my Canadian military career, I'll be 2 years off getting my service medal, which is pretty cool. So I got my pay. Well, good for you. That's awesome. That wasn't the first time I saw a grown man playing Sabaton on a tank round. Well, it's not a tank round, it's an artillery round, but I'm wanting to join the tank regiment next year. Any advice I might want to know? Get your fitness up, Alex. I say to everyone whenever they talk about joining the military, get your damn fitness up. What is the strangest thing I've seen overseas? I have seen a Furby. You know what a Furby is? Anyone know what a Furby is? Anyway, they're like a fluffy little... they're a fluffy little toy. Animated toy. And I found one on a checkpoint that I was doing in Afghanistan on the dashboard of a truck driver who was coming by. And oh my god, it was funny. It was absolutely hilarious. Hey Matt, what are your thoughts on post-Cold War ideas to convert spare ICBMs to carry conventional warheads? That'd be very interesting, but conventional in what way? Just standardized explosives? Very strange, very strange. I'd take my bayonet to a hockey stick for camo spider removal. Yeah, I would too. Camo spiders, man. Savage creatures. Savage creatures. This is funny. We have 47 people on the stream, and we have 1,924 playbacks. What that tells me is... Let's change this song, good god. That tells me that we could have potentially had 1,924 viewers, but I must have been so boring to stay that they just disappeared. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Just get bigger spiders to eat the camel spiders. Jeff D. Yeah, I know what conventional is. I just don't understand why you'd create so much infrastructure and logistics for a missile system that would be launching just a standardized weapon. Doesn't make much sense. So I heard something 1,000 viewers. Is this too loud? Can you guys not hear me? Grow a full beard over the next month at Half Masters. No, Josh, I'm not doing it. You've already seen me with a beard. Someone get Charlie. He's sleeping. We're gonna need bigger dogs. Man, I've seen videos of pictures of people cooking food with their tanks. What's the most craziest food that you've cooked with my tank? Spam, baby. I've cooked spam before in a BV. That was fun. 62 likes, 2 dislikes, and 48 views. It's crazy, hey? Why on earth I have 300,000 subscribers, and we are at 62 people watching. It's just kind of funny, really. Do you like Dire Straits? Not really, no. Shadow ban. Could be. How the hell do you cook in the tank? You just cook. You just cook. You just get a stove, or you get a boiling vessel, and you just cook it up, man. We used to get 10-man rat packs, which were the large box style. They had like spam in there, and peas, and sweet corn and stuff. They were like godsends. They're like the greatest thing to have, honestly. YouTube algorithm. But it's not the YouTube algorithm, because I'm looking at the data on my screen right now, and it says I have 1,984 playbacks. Now 2,002 playbacks, which means 2,002 people have clicked on this stream, watched barely some portion of it, and then disappeared again, which is interesting. So it's either I'm extremely boring, or they thought I was going to be doing something else. I don't know, but it's kind of funny. Hello from Denmark. Hello, Klaus. I'm going to put... Here, let's put some more cool stuff up. Maybe that will keep people interested. We'll put the 30mm there too. We'll put the bayonet there. What else should we put down? Put the 30mm empty brass from Afghan there. We'll just go all out, guys. Let's just go all out here, okay? Make it look pretty. Maybe it'll just keep people's attention. By the way, this is still my temporary room. I'm working on my new room. I have a new room, by the way. But yeah, I'm working on it. Where did I get this bayonet? I got it from an online store that was selling them, my friend. Yeah. That's where I got it from. Watching it from the Philippines. I saw a handsome young man, LA5, and didn't get that. What? You're not boring. Well, I don't think it's that I'm boring, but it's just interesting how the dynamic works, right? You have 2,000 people have clicked on this stream. I know a lot of people just click in, take a look, and then leave. But it's funny. It's just funny. If you weren't streaming now, what would we be doing? Good question, Harold. I'd probably be either watching a movie, doing some work, trying to do some fitness. But yeah, that's probably what I'd be doing. Why are the SA-80 bayonets off-centered? They're off-centered because it has to fit the barrel through there, right? So the barrel has to come through, and then the bayonet's to the side. That's why. So your flash eliminator's still here, right? Parts of the bayonet, blood channel, right, to prevent sucking. Right, it's the blood channel there. That's where the blood goes in. Because if you didn't have that channel, it would create a vacuum, and actually the blade would get stuck in the torso. And let's continue on with my lesson of the bayonet. Rib splitter. You'll notice at the top of the blade, I'll show you here, the blade has a different angled portion to it. So it's got a little, it's really hard with the lighting, but there it is. So one side is differently angled to the other. So you'll see that, and that's called the rib splitter, right? So what that does is it uses leverage. So when the bayonet hits the chest, those two little channels on the top there basically pry the ribs apart, okay, and they angle leverage to pry that to pry the ribs apart. It's called the rib splitter, and it literally just leverages through the ribs. And then the rest of the blade will go obviously through, and then once you get to this channel here, that's the blood channel. So that's where the blood pools up to stop the suction, and then once it's in there, that channel allows for the easy extraction of the blade from the chest. Because at the end of the day, this isn't a slashing tool, right? The bayonet, for the Brits anyway, it's not sharp. I can do this all day long. It's not sharp, okay? I can grab it like this and it's still not going to cut me, okay? It's not sharp at all, okay? It doesn't do anything in terms of cutting. It's not designed to cut. It's designed purely to puncture. That's why it has that special recess on top there. It's different angled recesses. You see a little better there, actually. Right, but you'll also notice the tip of the blade, the very, very tip, is bent because the quality of these is very, very poor. The British Army bayonet was designed very, very poorly. They're still being used by the British Army, obviously, mostly for ceremonial duties. However, they have been used in Afghanistan and in Iraq, right? So, although the bayonet is pretty useless, in terms of if it came down to it, I wouldn't mind fighting with this thing. But it is not a slashing tool, right? A lot of people think it's there sharp. It's not sharp at all, right? It's not designed to cut. It's designed to literally pierce into the body. and come back out again. This piece here is the linkage for the scabbard. So you'll have another piece that'll go over top, kind of like this, right? And then that will link over the top, and then use that to cut barbed wire. It's a barbed wire cutter. But again, it was very unreliable because the blade was cheap. The metal was extremely cheap. So you put this thing against hardened barbed wire, hardened steel barbed wire, it would fail every time. So yeah, it's not the greatest bit of kit in the world, but it does its job. I mean, it's designed to stab people in the chest. Literally, that's what it was designed to do. So anyhow, Matt, what are your opinions on the OV10 Bronco? I've not researched it enough to even know myself, honestly. Would be better to have someone as a first person to clear the close range with a weapon like a shotgun? Probably, yeah, probably. Mountie on a moose. What's your employment outside the reserve forces? Are you okay with me asking? I work in the aviation industry. That's as much as I can really tell you. So, my training PO was on ceremonial guard with bayonets on the C7s. One guy fainted, fell backwards, and the bayonet went right through his shoulder. Holy crap. That's scary. Very scary. Hey Matt, how painful is the wait for a job offer? Recently completed my interview in medical for the reserves. Andy boy, it does take time. I am not the person to ask that question to, because it took me almost 3 years, 3.5 years actually, from the day I submitted my application to actually getting in the CAF. I'm a bit of a unique situation, or I guess case. But yeah, I'm not the best person to ask that for sure. Matt, search up terminal ballistics meme on YouTube. Funny as I think I've seen it. It's like 4:30, can't sleep. It is not 4:30. It is 9:40 at night for me right now. It's not late. What's it like when you hit an IED? Well, I've never obviously stepped on an IED. My vehicle has gone over an IED before, and it's a little scary. Luckily, mine was just a small AP IED, so it wasn't anything drastic. But I know of people who have experienced the heavier ones, and it's intense, right? It's terrifying. It's a mine. No one likes running over mines. Do I have a Twitch channel? Yes, I do have a Twitch channel, but I don't really use it. I used it for a small period of time. My YouTube channel got burnt to the ground by YouTube, but I don't use it much anymore. So, I do have it. Have you ever worked with EOD or met any? Yes, actually. A gentleman who I had massive respect for and was our warrant for explosive ordnance disposal in Afghanistan actually lost his life. It was terrible situation. But I do know people who are EOD and have worked with people who are EOD before. So if you did step on an IED, you would be splatsimous. That's very true. More so explosimus. Have I ever been to Scotland? Yes, I have been to Scotland several times. Beautiful place. One of the best pictures I've seen is from Afghan, I think, of an L-85 that had been run over an AFV of some kind, looked like a banana. Yeah, probably. Rifles don't like tank tracks, unfortunately. What watch am I wearing? Looks very CIA. This is it's a Garmin Fenix 6X. You see that there? Garmin Fenix 6S Sapphire. There you go. Taken me through hell and back, this thing. It's very, very good watch. I absolutely love it. Would highly recommend. Smile brighter for the ones that can't. I like that. That's awesome. Matt, do you wish you could take your dog along as an artillery battle buddy? Oh man, I'd love to take Charlie onto the gun line with me, but he would be terrified of the guns. I wouldn't want to expose him to that, but it'd be fun to take your dogs on the exercise. It'd be cool. Smile, bro. How do you feel about China wanting to train the Canadian Forces? Can't talk about it. Not going to talk about it. What's the stupidest thing you've seen in the artillery? Oh man, I don't know if I can share it, so I'm probably just not going to do that. Thank you, Alex. Matt, how many countries have you been to? I'd say we're up in the 25 mark, around about there. I don't know. I haven't really counted exactly, but 25 seems pretty solid. How much is that watch? I need a decent one for the military. Ken, it ain't cheap, brother. It's about $1,100 to $1,200. It's got a lot of very, very cool features. The battery life of this thing alone is 24 days. Which is pretty impressive considering the stuff that it's doing and it can do. I use this watch for my entire AGLC course, which is about 3.5 weeks, using GPS, fitness tracking, music, everything. And I charged it before I left, and I came back, and it still had 7 days of battery left. Considering I'd been using GPS tracking constantly for almost a week and a half, it's a pretty good watch. So it also has music that can be loaded onto it, Spotify Direct, instead of just like preloading all your music, like plugging in a USB stick or plugging it into a computer. It links to your Wi-Fi, and if you have Spotify, you can just add your music playlist straight to this, and then Bluetooth from your watch to your earphones, which I love. So I don't have to take my phone. The music's straight from the watch. It automatically updates. It's really, really nice watch. It ain't cheap though, guys. So yeah, if you want it, then go for it. But it is expensive. I was gifted a live artillery shell after an exercise and got chewed out by the CNCO, and I'm infantry. Why on earth would you want a live artillery shell? It seems like super shady, bro. Super shady. Why would you want that? It's crazy. Matt, are you a fan of the Royal Marine Chef? I didn't know there was a Royal Marine Chef. Is he on YouTube? Have you seen the video of the guy being woken up with the Emperor 79 next to him? Ken, what do you think? Do you think I may have watched it? Just maybe. Do you know how many times people send me that video? Like literally a bazillion times. It's like, hey Matt, have you watched this video of a Canadian soldier falling asleep and being woken up by an artillery piece? Put all those things together, multiply the number of people who communicate with me in a day. Yeah. David Gustav, any ideas for artillery video competition? I'm from 20th Field Artillery. Hello, bro. Welcome. I have lots of ideas. I'm actually stepping out from the competition because I don't think it's fair. I did advertise the video, and I don't think it's right that I create videos for it. I don't think it's fair. So I would just go from the heart, man. Like, go from here. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be crazy video editing. It can be low-key. Just speak to the ubique inside you, or ubique, as they say in other grous. Speak to the artillery and the gunner inside of you, and have it come from the heart, because that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for fancy editing and fancy. They're looking for something, and this is what I think anyway, they're looking for something that really shows your pride of the regiment and being proud of being a gunner. It can be a poem, and it can be simple as that, right? It can be really simple stuff. It doesn't have to be overly complex. But I hope you have fun with it, and I hope you win. It's $2,000 up for grab, bro. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a good chunk of change, so I hope you do win it. Yeah, so... Yeah, you can get Garmin watches for pretty cheap too, but this one's like on the highest end for sure. What military would you least like to face? Oh, God. I don't think I'm going to answer that question. On a scale of 200 to 1,000, how cool do you think you are, in my opinion? I think you're 1,000, you're super cool, but what do you think? It's a very odd scale. I don't really classify myself as being cool. Everybody keeps saying I'm based. I don't even know what based is. Everybody keeps commenting and like, Matt, you're so based. I don't know what that is. I'm not keeping up with the times. I don't rate myself, so I'm not a cool dude. I'm just a chill guy and love entertaining you guys. So, and I appreciate being on the stream, but I'm not going to rate myself as how cool I am. Is cool even a word anymore? Do people say cool? Sounds so like Bart Simpson 1990s style. Yo, you're cool, man. Like I don't think I use cool very much anymore. You're cool in my eyes, Matt. Shut up, Joshy. Based means properly seasoned. I don't know what that means either. Who made the 105 croquet round? Fergie, it was our female clerk. Newest female clerk. Can you bring... What can you bring to the army? You want to bring a GoPro and books? You have to ask your chain of command, really. Ask your chain of command what you can, cannot use, and go from there. I still wonder why was the prank that elaborate by the artillery boys. I don't know what you mean by that. Base means most of your weight is below your center of gravity. Do you ever watch Jack Fragg's videos? I used to, not anymore. I just don't have time for gaming videos anymore, guys. Honestly, I just don't. Yeah. The next Battlefield game will be legit. Yes, it will. Did you ever run into tattoo issues joining up? Nope. My tattoos are not... They're not bad, I guess. Red Effect. Do you know Red Effect? I love his channel, and when he first started, he used to follow my channel quite heavily, and he really liked my channel, and he's doing his own thing now, and good for him. He's got some fantastic content, so good for him. Do you watch Operator Drewski? Again, I used to, not anymore. I don't have time to watch gaming anymore, guys. It's just, it doesn't appeal to me like it used to. You know, I don't have a huge interest in watching other people play games, and I can play it myself. And people's tastes change, right? Like, my tastes change. I don't want to watch people play games anymore. I'd rather just play them. But even then, I don't have a huge interest in playing games either, so... Favorite weapons had a chance to use in military. My favorite weapon that I've used in the military? I think the 50 cal is probably up there for sure. The 50 cal is definitely up there. Have you ever told them the Hudson's autograph story? No, you could tell them though. What a guy. That's impressive. What's impressive? What's your views on joining the PMC after servicing? What's PMC? Have you ever thought of doing videos on the usual military, outside the usual military stuff? I have done stuff, Diggs. I've done lots of videos on unusual non-military related stuff. And it doesn't, I guess it doesn't sell well on YouTube, so people don't want to watch it. So there's no point in me making effort and time into stuff people don't watch. Sometimes I do things just for fun, but I'm not going to invest too much. I have to follow the audience, as YouTube tell you. Cyberpunk, yeah, I know. I was contemplating buying it and getting it myself, but it's an absolute mess from what I'm hearing, even from those on the PC. So we'll give it a year, and maybe come back around to it. Private military contractors. I do know a lot of people who are private military contractors. It's not a life I ever want to live. Can tell you that much. You know, at least in the military, if I know things are going wrong, I know I have someone behind me to back me up. Or someone's going to come looking for me. Look at my damn hair with this headset. If you're a private military contractor, you don't have that, right? You are, you're going to get left behind. There'll be contractors that will come find you. Maybe, maybe not. You're doing everything under the book. You're a mercenary. I mean, you're literally a mercenary. You're being paid to do a job of a soldier without the support of the government or soldiers behind you, right? So I know a lot of people have done it as a career. It's not a... It's very glamorized, right, with the movies and stuff, but the reality of it is it's not an enjoyable life. It's not an enjoyable career. People, you know, lose their families from it, money, it becomes an addiction. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So it's not what I want to do. A lot of people asked me and offered me if I want to do private military contracting. Not interested. Not interested. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it quits for tonight because we've been going for about an hour, I believe. Maybe a little bit longer. How long have we been going for? Oh, yeah, we've been going for about an hour and a bit. So we're going to call it quits there. It's been a good evening. Thank you all for joining me. It's very kind of you to stop by. As you can see, you know, our viewership is quite low, 57. Which is whatever. I just like talking to you guys, having that one-on-one. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Please make sure you, you know, keep an eye out on the old stream there if it comes up again. Click the little bell there by the subscribe button. It'll notify you when I'm actually producing another stream. Cooking stream next time. Yeah, we'll work on that, Penrod. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I'll catch you around, and that's it. Bye-bye.